Dear students, good morning to all of you. I hope you all are in fine health and you are doing your work. You are revising the work that is being given to you on daily basis. So dear students, yesterday we started revising chapter number 4, that is the growth of nationalism, Swadeshi movement. So let me take quick recapitulation. So we revised questions. So first question was expand Mayo. So what is the full form of Mayo? It is Mohammedan Anglo Oriental. So in second question, it is picture based question and picture is given on page 4.42 of our book. We were to discuss the reasons given by the person shown in the picture above in support of partition of Bengal. So who is the person given in the picture on our book? It is Lord Curzon. So what we are to write? We are to write the points given by Lord Curzon in support of partition of Bengal. So just pause video for 1 minute and revise the points given by Lord Curzon in support of partition of Bengal. Okay. So next question is, the partition of Bengal in 1905 was a turning point in the history of India. Lord Curzon was determined to divide Bengal. So it is a report based on the above context, analyze the real motives of Lord Curzon behind the partition of Bengal. So what we are to write? We are to write the real motives of partition, Lord Curzon behind partition of Bengal. So pause this video for 1 minute and revise this question. Fourth question is, discuss the course of the anti-partition movement. What we are to write? The course. How many phases of movement were there? There were total 4 phases. In the first phase, it was Hadtal. Second phase, it was Atam Shakti. Third phase, it was Swadeshi and boycott, and in the fourth phase it was revolutionary terrorism. So pause this video for 1 minute and revise these topics in your mind. I hope you all have revised these topics. So now we shall start revising our today's work. Question number 5. It was the British policy of divide and rule that led to the rise of communal trend and to the formation of Muslim League in India in 1906. Bipin Chandra. So Bipin Chandra, a renowned historian, he said that it was the British policy of divide and rule that led to the growth of communal tendencies in India. What is the meaning of communalism? Communalism means like aggressive nationalism that we read in 10th standard, like aggressive nationalism where we love our own country and hate other countries. In communalism, we love our own religion and have hatred for other religions. So he said that it was communal trend that led to the formation of Muslim League in India in 1906. So it is statement, and on this statement there are 2 questions which are given. So first part of the question states that mention any 4 circumstances that led to the formation of Muslim League. So as such topic was not given on our book and we had written it on our classwork and homework notebooks, so we are to write any 4 factors that led to the formation of Muslim League. So first circumstance is partition of Bengal. So, what was partition of Bengal? We have already read it in our book, and we have revised it yesterday also. Partition of Bengal. So, how did partition of Bengal led to the foundation of Muslim League? See, Bengal was divided on the basis of religion. We have read it and we have revised it also, and we have learnt it also in our question when we wrote about the real motives of Lord Curzon behind partition of Bengal. We read that partition of Bengal was intended to divide the Hindus and Muslim in two groups. West Bengal was to be a Hindu majority area and East Bengal was to be a Muslim majority area. So, Bengal was partitioned in such a way that East Bengal became Hindu majority area and West Bengal became Muslim majority area. So, when East Bengal became Muslim and West Bengal became Hindu majority area, and when East Bengal became Muslim majority area, the leaders of East Bengal, they were incited by the Britishers to form their own separate political body. So, when they were in majority, so they were incited by the Britishers. So, in this way, partition of Bengal led to the foundation of Muslim League. Second is Hindi-Urdu controversy. So, it is a language controversy, as it can also be said Hindu-Urdu controversy or Hindi-Urdu controversy. What was this Hindu-Urdu or Hindi-Urdu controversy? See, the court language in UP, that is United Provinces, today modern Uttar Pradesh, it was Urdu, which was written in Persian language, Persian script. So, when it was written, it was the language of the Muslims. So, now the Hindus, they said that the court petitions, the petitions which were submitted in the courts, they should be sent in Hindi language also. In the year 1900 AD, the British government issued a proclamation that all the petitions, they were to be submitted in Hindi language that will be written in a Devanagari script. So, this act of British government was resented by the Muslims. So, it was Hindu-Urdu or Hindi-Urdu controversy. Third point is Aligarh politics. What was Aligarh politics? See, in the 19th century, Aligarh became a center of education. Okay. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, he started a Mayo College, Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College at Aligarh, where Hindu and Muslim students both studied in that college. Later on, it became Aligarh University. So the principal of this Mayo College was Mr. Theodore Beck. He incited Mr. Syed Ahmad Khan. He incited him by saying that Hindus and Muslims were two separate nations and the interest of the Hindus and Muslims were separate. So, incited by Mr. Theodore Beck, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, he said that Hindu and Muslims were two separate nations. So this was the Aligarh politics, where Muslims continue to say that Hindus and Muslims, they were different people. So this is Aligarh politics. Fourth point is formation of Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental Society. So, like Mayo College, Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College, Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental Society was also formed. It was formed where the leaders continued to state that their interests were different from the interest of the Hindus. So the formation of Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental Society, it was one of the circumstances where Muslims decided to form their own political body. So these are the four circumstances that led to the formation of Muslim League in India. Next question is, mention any four objectives of the Muslim League. So as this topic was also not given on our book, and it was given in our syllabus, so we had written it in our classwork notebooks and ultimately on our homework notebooks also. So refer to your classwork and homework notebooks before answering this question. So we are to write any four objectives of Muslim League. Or so the objectives of Muslim League were, first is to promote among the Muslims of India support for the British government. So what was to be promoted? Support for British government. And in whom this support was to be promoted? In the Muslims of India. Point number 2 is to remove any misconception against the government from the minds of the Muslims. So in the minds of Muslims, if they had any kind of problem, it was to be removed. What was to be removed? Any misconception. Against whom? Against the government. From whose mind? From the minds of Muslims. Third point is to protect and advance the interest of Muslims in mild and moderate language. So what was to be protected? The interest of the Muslims. So not only did we to protect the interest of the Muslims, rather we were to advance these interests, or we were to present these interests before the British government in mild language, in moderate language. Next is to prevent hostility between Muslims and other religions. So at that time hostility was rising between Hindus and Muslims. So this feeling of hostility between the Muslims and the people of other religions was to be prevented. So objective is, first was to promote among the Muslims of India support for the British government. Second is to remove any misconception against the government. Third is to protect and advance the interest of the Muslims in mild and moderate language. Fourth is to prevent hostility between Muslims and other religions. So these were the four objectives of Muslim League. So next is, these are our short questions. The partition of Bengal was only one of the repressive policies of Lord Curzon. So the statement says that partition of Bengal was one of the repressive policies of Lord Curzon. Means he did other repressive policies also. So state any other repressive policy of Lord Curzon. So we are to write any other repressive policy of Lord Curzon. The answer to this question is given on page number 4.43. First is Municipality Act. Second is University Act of 1904. So these were other two repressive policies of Lord Curzon. First was Municipality Act of the year 1899 and second was University Act of 1904. So next short question is, by the Municipality Act of 1899, Lord Curzon started his attack on Congress. Statement says that by the Municipality Act, What was the Municipality Act? By this act, the number of elected members in the Calcutta Corporation were reduced. So, question states that by the Municipality Act of 1899, he started his attack on the Congress. So, state any one impact of the act given in the statement above. So, we are to write the impact and we are to write about the Municipality Act. So what was the impact of this question, of this act? It reduced the number of elected members in the Calcutta Corporation. So in the Calcutta Municipal Corporation, the number of elected members were reduced. So what was the impact of reducing the elected members? Its impact was that the number of nominated members of the government were increased. So next question is, though the movement was started with a bang, it ended with whimper. Amilesh Tripathi. So Amilesh Tripathi says that a movement was started with a very big bang, but it just ended in a whimper. Based on the above statement, discuss any 4 reasons for the failure of the Swadeshi boycott movement. So we are to write the causes of the failure of the Swadeshi boycott movement. Answer to this question is given on page number 4.47 and 4.48. So first point is the ruthless repression. So the government, it followed the policy of ruthless repression. The people who participated in the movement were lathi charged, they were arrested and they were imprisoned. Okay, so first point is due to the ruthless repression. These points we have already written in our classwork notebooks. Second is the Surat split. The split in the Congress, which occurred in the year 1907, which divided Congress into 2 parts, it also weakened the movement because the main body which is running the movement, it was divided into 2 parts. So now when your mother body was, or the mother organization was weakened, so naturally the movement that was started by the organization, it also got weakened. Third point is sudden vacuum of leadership. So in this movement, although in the starting of the movement, number of leaders were there, but between 1907 and 1908, 9 important leaders were arrested and some were deported. Okay, so due to the vacuum of leadership also, this movement got fizzled out. Fourth point is the movement was mainly confined to the middle class people. So it was mainly confined to middle class people, the people who lived in cities, absence of peasants and working class people. So the peasants who were more in number than the city people, they were absent from this movement. Fifth point is the Muslim peasants of East Bengal didn't join the movement. The Muslims, zamindars or the Muslim peasants of East Bengal, they didn't join the movement. So these were the 5 reasons for the failure of the Swadeshi boycott movement. First is ruthless repression, second is Surat split, third is vacuum of leadership, fourth is absence of peasants, fifth is non-participation of peasants of East Bengal. So now this is MCQs, and these MCQs, you are to send me the answers of these MCQs when the privacy of the group is opened. First MCQ is, the Bengal was partitioned in 1905. Identify the real motive of Lord Curzon behind the partition of Bengal. So we are to identify the real motive of Lord Curzon. So first is for administrative necessity, second for transporting tea from Assam, Third is to curb nationalism. Fourth is to solve the problem of famine in Bengal. So these are the four options, and the question is we are to write identify the real motive of Lord Curzon. Second MCQ. Who among the following was the architect of the partition of Bengal in 1905? So we are to write the name of the person who divided Bengal in 1905. Option A, Lord Canning. B, Lord Lytton. C, Lord Curzon. D, Lord Dalhousie. So who was the main person? You are to write your answer and send it in the group. Third MCQ. The Swadeshi and Boycott movement were started as a reaction to which of the following events of Indian history? So Swadeshi and Boycott movement, they were started, but they were started against a particular event which occurred in Indian history. So we are to identify that event. First is Calcutta Corporation Act. Second is Universities Act. Third is Partition of Bengal. Fourth is the Morley Minto reforms. Fourth MCQ is identify the odd one out of the following objectives of Muslim League. So 4 points are given and 3 points are correct and 1 point is incorrect, and we are to identify the incorrect point regarding the objectives of Muslim League. First is to protect and advance the political rights of Muslims. Second is to promote among the Muslims of India support for the British government. Third is to promote the demand for separate country for the Muslims. Fourth is to prevent the rise of feeling of hostility between Muslims and people of other communities. So these points are given and we are to identify the point that is not the objective of the Muslim League. So dear students, thus we conclude our chapter. You are to these 4 MCQs we have done in our class, and you are to send me the answers of these MCQs in our group when the privacy of the group is opened. So today we read about the circumstances that led to the formation of Muslim League. We also revised about the objectives of Muslim League and the causes of the failure of Swadeshi Boycott movement. So please learn all these questions. Thank you so much.